you're able to finally explore and expand your limitless potential. And that is where you're deciding to make this progress. You're able to see what you are capable of here. And I want you to take notice of the dragons and how the dragon evolves. Like, the dragon is supportive of this person's decision. The dragon always, to me, represents your protection, right? Also your power, right? And this dragon, there's some sort of, like, you're making progress within a certain, you're deciding to kind of move forward into something, and what you're deciding to move forward into is your limitless potential, the Page of Wands. And you recognize and realize that this is a very independent journey, and you need to be in spaces and cultivate places where there is peace and not this like constant rapid. It's almost like you where you're going, where you're headed, where you're making decision to where you're going, where you're the decision you're making as to for where you're going. You don't know exactly what it entails, but you know that it needs to have enough peace surrounding it that your dragon or your protection can kind of fall asleep if it needs to, because you won't need it. You won't need to be like flight or fight, heightened awareness, all of this, all of that, wondering when you're going to need to like defend for yourself. No, you'll be in a place, in a space around people, places, things where you can truly expand and explore your limitless potential, and you won't need to come outside of yourself, or you won't need to defend your honor all the time, or like whatever. There won't be this feeling of anything other than peace while you expand and explore your limitless potential. And that's where you're going. That's where you're progressing, and your protection is very supportive of this decision. All these wands, this is action-oriented energy. This is inspiration, passion, growth. You've grown so much spiritually that you know exactly where you're going. You know what inspires you. Know where you're headed. You know what you need, the energy you need surrounding you in order to be able to expand in this way. And if anything tries to come in to interfere, that's going to disturb the peace in any type of way, that's greed and selfishness. That's greed and selfishness. No, Knight of Pentacles. That tries to stop you. I'm sorry, Knight of Pentacles. That tries to stop you in any type of way. You can't have anything stop you right now with where you're going and where you're headed. You've grown too much. You've grown too much. You've grown too much. Okay. The Five of Swords and the Knight of Wands. It feels like you have been through too much conflict mentally in the past, that literally you've been through so much that it was enough. It took enough of a toll, and you know what that did to your energy. It really burned you out. It really fatigued you. It felt like it was never ending, and you felt like it was a never ending thing, and you know exactly what energy is going to hold that conflict that will literally affect even the mind here, right? You're not going to surround yourself within places where your energy is even accessible for people to do stuff like that to you, right? Because you've been through that enough already. Nine of Wands in reverse, where you would be vulnerable or susceptible to certain energies, where they could stab you in the back and walk away. You won't even involve yourself or align yourself with such energies. That's the whole reason why you went through what you went through. So you could learn, oh, okay, yes, the wound was not my fault, but the healing is my responsibility. And the fact that I was even aligned with that in the first place, you recognize that you had to forgive yourself for even being aligned within such people, places, and spaces that had the potential or capability to do that. That's why your intuition has been strengthened to where it has been. The Unknown card. You don't know where exactly you're going, but you know it's got to have enough peace where your protection can sleep. You know that you won't allow disharmony and disconnection energy that's going to make you feel disconnected even from yourself into your space, into your life, because you've moved forward from that and you won't let it anywhere near you. And within knowing those things, it's enough information to take this progression, if you will, or taking these steps towards that. The Seven of Wands, the Tower in reverse, and the Four of Pentacles in reverse. I think one thing, let me see. You know not to get landlocked or stuck back in your mind around something that happened that really threw you off guard. 333 on my clock. It threw you for a loop here, but it was because you recognized and realized that somebody or something was holding on to an energy here. And it was the reason why all of that happened, my love, is because somebody did not want to face you, or somebody wasn't wanting to face a tower moment. Somebody wasn't wanting to go through certain things, or maybe you call them on their bluff, or you hold them accountable. That's the energy, and that's the reason why that had happened. There was a not wanting to go through the tower, not wanting to be held accountable. And it's important as you're moving forward to create and cultivate spaces where people are wanting to evolve and wanting to change and wanting to do better, and that you align yourself with people, places, and spaces that allow you to have them be able to hold you accountable, as well as their energy wants you to hold them accountable as well whenever they're slipping. It is we're growing and evolving here, and accountability is needed in this space where you're going, right? Because we need that accountability to continue to grow. It's going to be uncomfortable, but that's where you're going and where you're headed. Love you.